Okay, so welcome back. So the only thing we haven't talked about really so far is the quadrantal angles. The quadrantal angles, remember, are the angles that where the terminal side lands on either one of the axes, the y-axis or the x-axis. Okay, so that's going to be your 0 degrees, 90 degrees, 270 or 180 degrees, 270 degrees, and 360 degrees, which is the same as 0. Okay, so we're going to look at all four of these angles, 0, 90, 180, and 270. Okay, now notice that I wrote up here when theta is equal to 0, right? So here's the 0 degree angle. When theta is equal to 0 degrees, well, y is equal to 0, right? So there's no y, so you don't have a triangle. So all of these, you don't have a triangle, okay? So you just have to know, kind of think in your mind what's going on here. Well, y is 0 and x equals r in this case. When it's a 90 degree angle, you have x equals 0 and y equals r. And when theta is 180 degrees, then y equals 0, but x equals negative r. And then finally for 270 degrees, when x is 0 and then y equals negative r. Okay? And so in all three of these cases, you just have to think about the ratios of x, y, and r, right? So again, sine is what? It's going to be y over r. So when that happens and y is 0 and x is r, well then you get 0, 1, 0, negative 1. And when cosine, for cosine, remember cosine is adjacent, right? Adjacent over hypotenuse. So you get x over r. So in this case, for cosine, x over r, well, x and r are the same, so you're going to get 1. And then you're going to get 0 at 90 degrees. And then negative 1 at 180 and 0. So again, you can fill out this chart, and then you also have to understand that, like for example, for tangent, cosecant, secant, and cotangent, then you've got things that may happen where you have 0 in the denominator. When you have 0 in the denominator, you get undefined results. Okay, for example, tangent of 0, right, is what? Opposite over adjacent. Well, the opposite is 0 over x, which gives you 0. But then if you do 90 degrees, then you've got what? You've got opposite over adjacent, but the opposite is y, and the adjacent is x, so you get y over 0. So you get 0 in the denominator, so you get undefined. So all of these undefined is where you get 0 in the denominator. Okay? So again, just make sure you understand this, memorize this, practice this, and then just, again, it's helpful to know. Take care.